Welcome back to Dum-Dums and Dragons, where improvisers who've never roleplayed before journey into the world of Dungeons and Dragons. I am the Great Wizard Bukake, your host. Our heroes are in pursuit of the Heeden. Butthole interrogated the Night Knives to get an explanation. Quinny failed to spot several traps leading to the king throwing a body around. And Gartok didn't cast Beast Speech, so Quinny dealt with Mr. Bitey instead. But what will our heroes do now that the zombies are activated and Jimbo Jimothy has been kidnapped? Find out next on Dum-Dums and Dragons.
Dum-Dums, you are headed to the library in Galen Manor, an abandoned mansion in Old Chancel, the rich part of Selgaunt. Having triangulated from your various zombie adventures that this is the root of the zombie process problem. Having arrived here, you sent Quinny in to investigate. He did a little bit of recon while the two of you, Butthole and Gartok, dealt with a band of Night Knives masquerading as Silver Ravens, the local peacekeeping force. They tried to pin their ne'er-do-well deeds on the comptroller. However, Butthole, you saw through the ruse and discovered that their leader was amongst them. She tried to kill Quinny, blew herself up with the exploding zombies. However, it would seem that the Hedon, as you now know him to be known, has activated zombies across the city, and they are mad and doing bad things. So having
and Jimbo got kidnapped.
Yeah, Jimbo
kidnapped if we're lucky.
Yeah, Jimbo. You received word from Mr. Bitey that they got Jimbo in the sewers. That the Night Knives are active down there, and the zombies seem to be going off around the town. Having dragged a dead dwarf corpse in and used it as all manner of trap investigation-y.
You can make fun of it, but that corpse saved me at least one time.
Yep. No, I'm not knocking
every time.
I'm not knocking it.
Look, it's good. I think it might be another brand you can get Annan to sell. It's going to be fine. So you investigated, found that the way into the basement where the Hedon is seemingly holed up is barred by kind of a one way in, no way out, sort of big metallic plug that is charged with electricity. However, Mr. Bitey was able to point you to some rat rumors of the library and the kitchens. The kitchens are supposed to have a dumbwaiter that could fit Quinny. The library, there's something off about the library. Upstairs, you found the master bedroom, kind of disheveled with a couple of corpses. You found an empty guest room and a bathroom that now has some dwarf smeared on it. That is where we stand. You are on your way to the library. What do you do?
Quinny, just FYI, you do have resistance to lightning damage for the next hour or for as long as I can hold concentration on that spell.
Oh, all right. I'll note that.
And then when we get down to the ground floor, you just hear, huh, and a dwarf torso thuds into a library.
The door opens with a rustling of pages. And doesn't open too far. It just kind of opens a bit, but kind of like there's, like when a door gets caught on a rug, it just doesn't quite open as cleanly as you'd want. And you see pages kind of sticking out from under the door, stuck.
I'll go take a look. And
Thanks, Sten.
Right. I'll put my minor illusion Sten mask on and poke my head into the doorway.
Cool. The library is a fucking mess. It has been ravaged. There is just pages everywhere, books torn open. The bookshelves, most of them have been looted. There's a few books kind of at weird angles here and there, but shelves are broken. The little reading table and reading chairs that were in here are smashed. You can see another couple of dead non-zombie servants who seem to have been on the receiving end of whatever all this was. And scratched into the walls, you see little, just fragments of thoughts. So things like, why, can't see, doesn't work, what is it? Just kind of jaggedly carved into the walls.
Oh, all right. This is my movie moment of guys, I think you're going to want to see this. But I'll check for traps first because I don't want Butthole to yell at me.
Sure. Go ahead and roll investigation, please.
I'm going to cast guidance on you this time. I'm going to fart one on you. So add a D4.
All right. 14 plus a D4. 17 plus investigation.
I assume, well, I'll give you perception if you don't want to go in. If you're trying not to get Butthole mad at you and you actually want to give it a closer look, then I'll give you investigation.
I'll take investigation then, because this is the reason I'm doing it is because I'll cop to it. I didn't catch those spikes. You know what I mean?
Did not.
17.
Or that wall. You didn't catch a painted wall, not realizing it was real.
You didn't
It
warn
was
Butthole
very
about
well
the laser
painted.
cannon.
Yeah, and I got shot by a cannon.
Well, yeah. So anyway, investigation is 6 plus 17. My brain for 23.
Yep. So doing a quick look around here, there don't seem to be any traps. It seems like the room was just absolutely trashed.
All right.
That said, with your 23, you do find that one of the bookshelves is slightly ajar.
A jar like a bookshelf doubling as a door.
Correct.
Got it. Okay.
However, there is a lot of debris around it.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't look like it's been opened in some time.
Okay. Leaning out of the doorway back into the main hall with all of you, say, well, it's a mess in there. There's like some weird inane scrawling on the walls. There are dead servants, not zombies, but full on dead. Again, look like they were murdered. And it's a mess. And there is indeed a bookshelf that is definitely a door. Doesn't look like it's been opened recently. And there's a lot of paper everywhere, but it doesn't look like it's booby trapped.
Okay. Then just a second. And Butthole's going to step into the room and pick up Sten's corpse. Be like, that's the door one?
I'll point to a jar, slightly ajar shelf.
Okay, just a second. And he's just going to huck Sten's torso into the door ajar
It
bookshelf.
slams the bookshelf door shut.
Well, I guess that's okay. All
Here's
right.
hoping we can open that again.
Torso ricochets off it and hits the ground. I want everyone to remember this is just a bouncing torso.
Yeah.
All right, Quinny, open it up. Let's do this.
All right, I'll see. What's this? Well, everybody else come in. What do you make of this room?
Gartok,
Yeah.
you can come in.
I'm coming in. I'm
Let
following.
me know what you make of all this mess, but I will specifically look at this secret door and see if I can get it to open again.
Yeah, this is. I'm not going to make you roll for this because you already rolled high on your investigation. This is a pretty easy as secret entrances go kind of secret entrance. This is a very classic bookshelf door situation.
Okay.
It's clear.
I imagine it would have been trickier when all the shelves were up and had books on them.
100%, yes, but with like only one book kind of standing in the right place. That said, that book has some scratch marks across it. It looks like it was the target of the same sort of general havoc as the other books. From a glance, though, it doesn't look like it's been disturbed in some time.
All right, I'm going to try to open it.
Sure. So, you crank the book back and the door clicks and just silently opens and just a little bit. So it's the kind of thing where even if you were to pull the book off the shelf, it just feels like a sticky book for whatever reason. And it doesn't like swing broadly open. It just pops. So if you know, now you can.
Right, and those
pull
who
it
don't
open,
know would still potentially miss it.
Yeah, we just think it's a weird book.
Especially with the weight of the entire bookshelf on it normally.
Yeah.
While that's happening, Butthole would just like to look through the madness of this room to see what he can get out of it.
So is this a classic, like, you're not licking stuff?
The
but,
old lick and sniff.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
just going around smelling stuff, flipping
He's-
through things, touching
He's
everything,
not his brother,
farting.
you know?
Yeah, no, there's no smart
He's
Butthole.
not an
It's just-
investigatrix.
Oh God, no. He's an intuitorix. Fuck, I dropped my dice. That's how bad he is at this. It's just him wandering around.
All right. So let's go with your usual
How does this
insight-based nonsense for this.
Careful.
That is a 14.
14. Butthole, what has been your experience with... Well, actually, no. I don't even need to ask you this because we know this. You didn't know how to read for a long time, right? Am I misremembering
I mean,
that?
I taught people how to read.
Okay. So
You taught Ranger how to read.
Yeah, Ranger didn't know how to read.
Ranger didn't know how to
Nipple
read.
braille.
Okay,
Nipple.
yes.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry, I remember there was some form of teaching reading. So, Butthole, what's your experience been with books? Like, from your childhood, basically.
I mean, mainly the stuff you get hit near. You can open them up, and sometimes you can learn. Most of the time, they're boring, and then people hit you if you don't memorize them very well, and you like can't remember it because it's so pointless. But then they hit you, and then you're like, ooh. And then you meet the mean teachers who also hit you, sometimes with magic. So like, I found like 4 good books, and then all the rest are basically a source of, as far as I can tell, boredom and cruelty or evil power, which I don't entirely understand.
Okay, so this room speaks to you in a very clear way because that kind of writing you're seeing on the walls and the sentiments being expressed are a more frustrated and violent version of how you felt about books when you were being asked to memorize tomes of like local lore or books related to Tempest so you'd be a better vessel for him. These are the same sorts of sentiments you felt of someone incredibly frustrated with seemingly not getting it is sort of what you're seeing.
Oh, this person might not read good.
Well, they seem to write okay.
Yeah, but they said like, I hate this place. I don't get it. You can see. Yeah, see, you can see the note. Like, this is from somebody who's not getting it.
Gartok, do you want to roll an insight for me?
Yeah.
Gartok, what do you think?
10. I think 10.
I mean, yeah, Butthole's making some good points. You don't get any additional information off that. Quinny, would you be engaging this, or are you working on the bookshelf?
He's bringing it up, so I feel I've got the bookshelf licked. So I'll see if I can add anything to this.
Yep, go ahead.
Yeah, see what you can smell.
Yeah, this is investigation or insight or.
I would say this is insight.
Insight. Okay.
Yeah,
I think that's +0 for me. Yeah, so a 2.
yeah. Butthole's making some good points, but you don't have anything.
Yeah, all right, I'll take your word for it.
All right, this seems just like me. There's probably room, perhaps raised in a car. Oh my God, could there be a third Reginald?
Well,
Or a
I
second
rolled a 2, so
Solid.
this all makes sense to me.
There's so many. A different kind of hole or a different kind of butt.
I'm following your lead.
Come on, Sten, let's go. Except Sten and opens the bookcase.
Great. You have to pull it against kind of the books and debris of the shredded books at your feet, and you're hit by just the smell of a stale. No, nothing. Yeah. The smell of.
God damn it, Quinny!
You opened it. I didn't even say you could.
I mean, I'm inclined to add a trap now, just out of spite. You're hit with the smell of stale air. It's the sort of that musty, kind of like basement or crawl space smell of air that just hasn't been disturbed in quite some time. Behind the bookshelf is a curved stone staircase leading down. It is very small. It's sort of, if you've been kind of up a watchtower or something, it's that little, like, very cramped sort of space. Again, from what you're seeing of this mansion, it's big, but it's only really as big as Old Chancel will allow. So there's a big greeting room, but there's like no ballroom. There's only 2 bedrooms upstairs. And similarly, this is very much a if you need a secret passageway, it's here, but it's not grand. It's not meant for taking people down. It's just a sort of a classic secret passage.
Quinny, what? Okay, there's kind of 2 options. You could go down here first. Yeah. It smells boring, but like you could go down first and be sneaky. Yeah. And then we could follow you.
Yeah.
Or we could go down here because we're allowed, and you could go to the kitchen and go down the dumbwaiter. So if there's a demon who hates books, like he could be like, I could try to befriend him, but if it goes bad, bam, sword in the ass.
Okay, why don't I go down here first?
Okay.
Check for traps for you guys.
Yeah.
Then I'll come back up again and I'll take the dumbwaiter down.
Okay.
Okay. With Devil Sight,
You're going to do great. And I pat him on the back, but I secretly cast guidance on him.
you don't have to do it. No, I mean, you did it secretly, so I don't know. But
You can roll a perception.
You're doing great. Oh, man. It
perception?
smells like farts. I say covering my trail.
Do I get guidance on the perception?
No, because it would take effect just afterwards.
So that's a 12.
Ryan, can you roll me a stealth check?
That's a 15.
Nope, you don't notice.
Nope, yeah, great.
You just are going to do great.
Yeah, it smells like farts.
I know. I know I'm going to do great. So I'll keep this D4 out. I want to check for traps as I make my way down the stairs using like Devil Sight and just all the things I have at my disposal.
Go ahead and roll perception and add your... Oh, well, sorry. Up to you whether you use it or not, Tyler.
Yeah,
You've got
yeah.
it for a full minute.
Yeah, I'll use it, yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know that I'm using it, but yeah, Quinny's going to use it. It's going to be deployed. You say perception?
Yep.
This D20, man. So that's a 2 on the D20, plus 1 on the D4, plus my perception of 5 for a total of 8.
It's very incredible that you managed to bring Everett Fry dice to this game.
And you can have them.
Please
this can all be yours.
Take them. Take this burden from Tyler. Okay, so no traps here. You make your way down the spiral staircase. You don't see any traps. It is, again, tight quarters. You make it to the bottom, and it opens up into a small landing similar to what's up top. There is a solid wall in front of you with kind of a clear stone button in the center of it to pop whatever's on the other side of this. Because basically it's like if you'd gone up the stairs and the bookshelf closed, you'd also just get the back of a bookshelf. So This is the back of whatever is in the basement. But yeah, you see dust around here. It does not look like it's been disturbed in some time.
I think what I want to do is set my friends up to basically be able to move in unimpeded. And I also I also would like to see if I can spot where the dumbwaiter is going to come out. So I'm going to check this button first, but then I intend to press it to open the door.
Gotcha. And I'm sorry, you've got Devil Sight on?
I do.
Okay. With Devil Sight, above the button, you see the sigil of Orcus has been painted on the wall.
Oh, yeah.
Very old, very well worn.
Right. Orcus, I know is not a good dude. I know a bunch of stuff about Orcus, but I don't know how much Quinny would know. He's not really a god kind of guy.
I think the Devil Sight's enough to just be like, no, that's not great.
Right, yeah.
But
yeah. Okay. Above the button. I want to take a very careful look at this button then. The Orcus button.
Yeah.
Press for Orcus.
Yeah, you don't want to spam the Orcus button.
No.
I think I'll go for 3 of them today.
I only brought $2. I made $3 for the full. So,
I only got Grumsh.
Yeah, the world's worst slot machine. Yeah, just turning this game into a.
If I play long enough, I'm getting a loaf out of this thing.
Gotcha. So, looking at the button does just look mechanical to you. Okay. It doesn't look like it's a push to summon Orcus button.
A gotcha.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, it hurts. Somewhere Konami is writing down ideas.
Yeah.
No, it looks like a mechanical button to open a door. This looks very classically thiefy to you. This looks like something that you would install to open a door. The sigil just seems to be an indication of sort of what this.
Can I attempt to recall the information I would know about Orcus?
Yeah, give me a history check, please.
And the D4 is gone because I spent it, as I understand?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Investigation, you say?
History.
History. That's a 12.
12. Okay. As you said, you're not really a god guy. I think what you would know, Quinny, probably honestly from your stint in prison more than anything else. Although, no, you were in hell. You were in hell for a long time.
Been to hell.
Yeah. So so that will change your DC actually because you've been around this a lot. But yeah, he was known as the Blood Lord, among other things. Lord of the Undead, Prince of the Undead, Prince of Undeath, Master of Vampires, the Shadow That Was, the Goat Horn Demon. Good stuff. But yes, Orcus is generally one of the bad ones in terms of gods. You didn't encounter him while you were down under. However, yeah, very much known for being very self-absorbed and a deep hatred of all things. Okay. Just very much one of those gods that desires the destruction of reality as you know it rather than ruling. So yeah, that's what you know about him. I think Manny would have warned you that Manny had you kill a lot of demons when you were under his sway in hell. Orcus would have been one of the you need to call for backup on this guy ones, and a maybe don't. Better if this guy just does what he does and you leave him alone and he doesn't know we're here than a let's
confront this
let's fight
guy.
Yeah. Yep. Also, I mean, from your time in prison stuff, you know, like cults of Orcus are bad and relatively common among people seeking the destruction of established order. It's the usual summon a bad god cults, which are like, he'll be our friend.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we kill everyone else, but we're cool.
It gets rid of everything, but maybe it's different for us.
Yeah. We'll get more power somehow, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Do I think that I can discreetly open this door by pressing the button and having some control over, like, if I hit it, is it going to be like, hello, just big old pop open the door, fanfare plays, welcome carpet rolls out, or can I like hit the latch release and control the door opening?
Well, based on what you saw upstairs, the door opened super, super quietly.
That is true.
So I think you're fairly confident that the mechanism down here would probably be the same.
Okay.
I'll just give this one to you for free. Something you have noticed is these two mechanisms are distinctly more elegant and quiet than the other ones you've encountered that seem to have been installed later. So like
this kind of came with the house, and then whoever
the laser cannons and shit were clearly installed
later,
but this seems to be part of the structure proper.
Okay, then I'm going to try and quietly open this door.
Okay, go ahead and roll stealth, please.
That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Yeah. Okay. You press the button.
I'm sorry, it's never not funny to me when you.
What did he roll?
A 5.
I would love for this D20 to
It's
go
never-
above 13, at some point.
No.
Oh, fine. All right.
Continue, Tom.
The door, the button clicks in quietly, and the door similarly, just you feel the pressure of the door pop, and it's almost like a seal has been broken. Like this door has been closed for a long time, but it doesn't swing wide open. It doesn't pull a hello. It just clicks and opens. So it's just kind of you staring at this goat sigil, sort of ringed with skulls, and the door is now open.
Okay, then similarly to how I did things upstairs, I want to take almost like a dentist's mirror out of my thieves' tools kit and just kind of see if I can peek out this doorway and get a sense of the room beyond.
Sure. So in the room beyond, you can see a number of instruments arranged sort of haphazardly in a small chamber, and it almost looks like a vault or something. Like people have just seemingly thrown instruments in here. A lot of them are smashed.
Musical instruments?
Yeah, musical instruments. You see like a large bell. There's a gong. There's just a bunch of broken stringed instruments. There's a piano that has been cracked in half in a corner. In the center of the room, there's some kind of mechanism hanging from the ceiling, similar to the laser cannon you saw upstairs.
Okay.
It is the best way to think of this is kind of vaguely real-world Matrix-y, where everything in the Nebuchadnezzar is just like super janky and kind of badly slapped together. So it's a bunch of mechanisms kind of drilled into the ceiling, and hanging down from it, there's like it's a weird pull, kind of like a Wolverine Weapon X helmet, so just like a full head silver helmet with a lot of wires and things coming out of it. There's no faceplate on it, so it seems to cover half your face. There doesn't seem to be any eyes on it, but you can almost see large cups on either side. Quinny has never seen earphones, so he would have no idea what this is. So that's kind of hanging down from the ceiling. Below it, there's almost a Dance Dance Revolution setup, so a little like pad on the ground with a little railing around it, with two small pillars with orbs on top of either one. Beyond this, you can see a doorway opening into a much larger space, but the door is only slightly ajar, so you can't really see past it. That said, you can see a purplish glow from beyond. And that is what you see in this room.
Okay. I don't necessarily see that the dumbwaiter would come down into this room.
It would absolutely not. It
Okay.
would seem there is a much larger space under this mansion than meets the eye.
Then I better come up with my friends and bring them up to speed and bring them down here so we can all move through here together. I'll come back up the stairs and say to everyone, okay, check the stairs for traps. Pretty clear. I went up and down them twice, so I think pretty thorough there.
Okay.
At the bottom, there was this door with a button to open it. I did just to, so you guys don't get stuck with like another trap kind of thing. Check that room out. Bunch of weird shit in there. Busted up instruments, like a weird helmet attached to the ceiling and some orbs on pillars for it looks like someone would like wear the helmet and like stand in the center of the room and do something.
Okay.
Symbol of Orcus. For those of you who know that guy, he's not great. Not a cool dude.
Oh, that's too bad.
Scary enough that Manny in hell told me to like steer clear of him.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, he's a big deal. Think about like murder death cults. They love the guy.
Okay, that's not great.
Yeah, he like seeks, oblivion. Like he doesn't like anything.
Oh, so boring.
Well, yeah.
One of those poopy gods. I don't know why people do that.
It is
They're-
boring to just like not have any interest,
At least I can, like certain evil gods I kind of get. Like there's a lure there, but that's just some bullshit.
Butthole, can you roll me a religion?
Yeah, sure. It's a freakishly good religion roll for me. That is a 19.
19. You would also know from the derisive way that the folks in Aka and the Unseen Hand, specifically your father, but also like his upper band talked about it. Orcus is technically a demon prince. He's like a supposedly a primordial, but there's this little like, he's not even a real god. Like, fuck this guy. And among Aka, that's saying something because theoretically this guy would have been their jam, but they picked Tempest over him because Tempest is a real god.
I mean, let's not call him a god. Technically, he's kind of just like a guy with a big hat. Like whatever, you're in hell, you're a big deal. You're not a god, you're a demon. There's a lot of people who are demons.
Sure, he's strong. Okay. That's
fine.
just the
Okay,
vibes that I know about him.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I mean, I'm a demigod, so probably stronger, but like, okay, so he's strong.
Great. If he's down there, you get first crack at him.
Great.
That being said, I didn't see the dumbwaiter down there.
Okay.
So this place is bigger underneath. I think we should go together further in.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because I can't guarantee that we'll link up if we split up now.
Okay, and which one of us should try the ceiling hat?
I don't want to do it.
Why are we trying it?
Yeah,
I
why
feel-
do you want to?
I don't know, it just feels like something weird to leave behind and not try. Like, shouldn't we learn?
I'm gonna go out on a limb that it might be what's controlling the undead,
If Sten had a head, I'd recommend
or
him. But
what the strands are attached to.
Yeah, but then we could, like, we heard screams, so maybe something bad's happening with the zombies. We could stop it happening if we try on the hat.
Oh, that's a good point.
yeah, maybe. Come on down and have a look.
Why don't we put the hat on Sten just to make sure
Sten
that
doesn't
like?
have a head.
Sten doesn't have a head.
Well,
or
why don't we
legs.
just put it on his stump?
I don't think it's pretty thick. I mean, let's see.
come down and look at it and
Well,
decide
let's see if we can shove a corpse
for
in there.
yourselves? But I don't get the musical instruments thing. Here it is. And I'll usher them downstairs.
Sure.
Butthole's going to roll Sten's corpse down the stairs ahead of them.
Thump, 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 thump.
Yeah, it seems like no traps.
Yeah, I know.
So, Butthole and Quinny, I think helping Gartok on this one, since the chair's mechanics wouldn't have a lot of room to work in this like weird
The tight staircase.
tight staircase. So kind of helping Gartok down. The three of you arrive in this room. Now, as I said, the door is ajar, but it is like, yeah, you have a bit of privacy. If you close the door, you have more privacy, but then you have to move the door.
Okay, yeah. At the door, I say, okay, full disclosure, I peeked into this room. I haven't actually set foot in there. I can do that now, but I don't know what's going on in there.
And Butthole is going to point at his eyes with two fingers, and then point at your eyes, and then point at the room, and then point down at Sten, and then mime out a tumbleweed rolling into the room, and then give you a thumbs up.
Okay, this hasn't worked in the past, so roll me a perception, please.
Natural 20.
You get it, man.
First one in a little while.
Yeah, on such an important role.
Yeah.
You understand.
Yeah. What do I understand explicitly? Because Butthole is like, yeah.
He's like, you have looked.
Yeah.
So now Sten can look
Yeah.
by rolling into the room to set off any traps on the floor so you and I don't get hurt.
Great.
You and I can have a full conversation like this now.
Yeah, natural 20 gets you.
Yeah,
whatever
honestly,
you want,
the nat 20, you realize like this actually would have made a better thieves' cant than beatboxing. Just some kind of hand gesture stuff. But now here we are. So you pick up Butthole's thieves' cant.
We're all victims of our decisions.
I know. I have to role play so many of mine.
Goblin Jr., come on over here. I watch the wolf comes down the stairs.
Then I will put a hand on the door and be like, "You ready?"
And Butthole picks up Sten's arm, forces a thumb up, and just holds the hand out to you.
Grisly. And then I'll just
unnecessary.
gently push the door open.
I thought it was cute. He's going to roll the corpse into the room.
Thought it was cute.
You roll the corpse, and it's you hear just and it's not super loud, but it rolls over just busted pieces of instruments. So you hear like a discordant string, a single piano key,
a classic cymbal settling
just a
onto the floor.
little wrestling.
It's a gong at the end.
Yeah.
And he doesn't get too far because there's a lot of
like
smashed
cluttered
instruments in here. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't get too far. We're giving it so much dignity.
He's giving it his
headless,
best.
legless torso.
Look, I played him. He was my character. I had eight.
He's had more
I had a
screen time than a
character
lot of
sheet
people.
for him. I had a character portrait drawn for him. I got him tattooed. It's too late now. Goodbye, Sten. No, so his torso rolls not too far into the room.
All right. Does that satisfy you, or
Just gestures and after you to Quinny.
okay? And I will carefully try to enter the room.
Sure. Could you give me an acrobatics, please, to step amongst the broken instruments?
That's better, D20. More like that.
Okay, Dada.
Good. 32.
That is better.
Is that die possessed by Orcus? That voice.
So yeah, Quinny, you're able to pick your way into the room very easily. Once you're inside, you can see that the walls bear the marks of a lot of these instruments being smashed against them. The room was clearly some kind of sitting room or lounge previously. Now that you're in it, you can see there are very plush couches. There seems to be like stone tables carved into the walls. You can see more of the sigils of Orcus carved in like into the walls around it. However, they are marred by the instruments that have been smashed. And then yes, there's the big device at the center and Sten's torso.
Okay. I'll say, all right, come on in, I guess. There's more Orcus stuff here. I think this was all here with like the original build of the building, like the Galen estate. The Galens worshipped Orcus. I don't know so much about the hedonist because it's all been smashed up by instruments.
Butthole's going to walk right up to Quinny and be like, should we be quiet because of the purple light through the next door, or do you want to keep yelling across the room?
Oh, I thought I was just using like a regular speaking voice, but I will speak quieter.
There's a door that's like really close, man.
Okay. I hope all of you on the podcast
I don't like the
can
roll
hear
that
this.
just made.
Okay, so let's do this. And he's going to pick up Sten's body and jam it into the helmet.
I'm going to go look at the purple light.
Okay. Nothing happens when you jam the stump into the helmet. It doesn't fit properly. You rearrange it as much as you want. You get like a shoulder in there, but like...
Oh, no, he doesn't need to do that much. Butthole's just going to take it back down.
Pardon me?
He's going to take it back down, and he's going to look over to Gartok, and he's going to point to himself, and then he's going to make the little talkie hand gesture, then he's going to point to Gartok.
Gartok, roll perception.
Yeah, good luck, Gartok.
14.
All right, yeah, you get what he's putting down. Ryan, what do you mean?
I told you.
Oh, my God. Crucial information.
Laura did not get that.
Ryan, I'm going to give you a point of inspiration for extraordinary pettiness. We talk a lot about how, Quinny has grown from having known Butthole and, he became king and he took on responsibility.
Yeah, you guys all made me
you
better.
have grown pettiness.
I might have
Honestly,
made you a little bit worse.
He's not even mad about it. He's just right.
I rest my case.
Oh.
Okay, so yeah, nothing happens. You mime that to Gartok.
Yep, and then he's going to look to Quinny and be like, do you want to go check the door, or
I'm checking the purple
should I
light.
put on the hat?
I don't think that you should put on the hat.
Oh, you want to put on the hat? Okay.
Well, I think it should be either probably myself, honestly.
All right, do you want a boost?
Do I need a boost?
It can come down from the ceiling. You can pull it down.
Yeah, I didn't think about taking it down from the ceiling. I'll do that. Go ahead, Quinny. Save us.
Save us. I'm going to try and investigate this purple light.
Okay, so going up to the door, peeking out.
Yeah.
Okay. Quinny, you peek out of the door and are immediately blasted.
Blasted with stale air.
Blasted with emotional support,
Yeah.
and there's an angel.
All of you are mispronouncing arcane canon so strongly right now. Quinn, what's your AC?
17.
17?
17.
Yeah, okay, so that'll hit.
Yeah, they usually do.
Yeah, and I only have 1d8. Well, that's a bummer, so I'll just roll that a few times. Oh, man, you got very lucky. So that is only 9 points of damage.
Okay. It's targeting me.
Yes.
I'll uncanny dodge it.
Okay, great.
Let me double check. I think I have to be able to see it. And if it's maybe hitting me from an unknown spot, maybe I can't.
Well, it's a known spot once you open the door, or once you look out the door, but...
Half damage from attacks against you from attackers you can see.
Yep.
So I'll let you rule on that of whether I can use it or not.
No, I think because it's literally like you peek out,
Yep.
and
I'll
this
take
thing
the 9.
was waiting for you.
Oh, Gartok, I didn't give him Stan.
He says, looking down at the corpse that didn't save Quinny.
Yeah, fair enough. And Quinny, I need you to roll a strength save, please.
I'm so good at those.
You're not.
There we
No,
go.
you're no longer within 10
I'm probably
feet of me,
not
guessing.
within range.
No.
This is a big room from the sounds
Yeah.
of it.
The room outside is big. This room is actually small, but still, I think you're outside.
If I'm at the edge and,
Yeah,
and
you're outside.
Gartok is in
I
the
was about
center.
to say, a broken piano is a feature, so
Yes, yes.
it's
Okay.
a bigger room.
Strength save?
Yep.
I think it's probably -1. Yeah, so 10.
10. You are blasted backward and knocked prone as you pull a sten and just slam,
careening into
careen through
trashed instruments and stuff like
here's
that.
where we get the one gong smash.
Yeah, it's just I get like the drum roll as I fully go as I hit a cymbal.
I love it. Beyond the door, now that it's been blasted open, you can see a massive chamber that was clearly at one point built for the sort of summoning of demons and Orcus, that sort of jam. So it's a big kind of a big pentagon-shaped space leading to a small sort of central altar to Orcus, atop which there is a sort of shimmering purple orb of energy, just kind of crackling with fire and electricity, in the center of which floats a warforged, a sort of mechanical person. He is clearly built for war. You can see just sort of a heavy chassis, big shoulder pauldrons, but otherwise very skeletal, very kind of like thin robotic legs, and is wearing a robe of some finery that's kind of been torn and pulled over his body. And he sort of, he's got a massive, gruesome slash through the side of his face that has been sort of soldered and redone in a bit of that. I always forget the name of this. When you break pottery and then use gold to put it back together.
Yeah.
Sort of like badly done kintsugi, I believe. We paused to look it up. I'm not going to lie to you. It's bugging all of us. We did it. But yeah, so he's got kind of a deep scar across his face that's been repaired. And he floats suspended in this sort of circle, and with your even being blasted away with your devil sight going, Quinny, you can see the strands kind of circling into this orb.
Oh, my eye of true sight.
Yes, I'm
Okay.
sorry. Yes, your eye of true sight.
I got a lot of sights.
Yep. You can see he has a variety of sort of large mystical gems that have been installed across his arms, his legs, either side of his head. He almost looks bedazzled. Like there's just like gemstones have been kind of attached to him in all manner of places, and you can see the wisps kind of leading into those individual stones. The center is a large altar to Orcus that has been shattered. He is floating in the midst of it. Lining the walls of the Pentagon are more of the servant zombies that you saw upstairs. That said, each wall contains 4 who are standing kind of at alert. Directly across from you, so the 2 walls you can see directly across from you to your left and right. The ones on the left, their arms have been painted up to the elbow, bright white. The ones to the right have kind of a Furiosa-style smudge of white across the sort of forehead, eyes, and nose. You can see more rooms like the one you are in at each corner of the Pentagon. So directly across from you, beyond the Hedon, you can see there's another space, another room with an open door. You're not sure what's in there. There are a fuck ton more zombies, though. Zombies on every wall. He turns to observe you. However, as Quinny was doing this, you're putting the helmet on Gartok. So let's cut to that.
This is unfortunate, I say as I finish putting the helmet down and reacting, but
Bring
not
me
smart
back
enough.
if I die.
Gartok, can you please roll me a wisdom save?
Yeah. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. You are immediately overwhelmed as you put the helmet on. Your vision seems to kind of the helmet doesn't have a visor point, so you put on immediately. Your senses just overwhelm you. It's
that's a lot.
a cacophony around you. However, as the shapes and sounds and other things kind of invade your mind, you're an inspirational speaker. You're used to being different people. You're used to having to parse your senses through a variety of different, like olfactory senses and eyesight across all of your different personas. So this is actually much easier for you to wrap your head around, which is why it's so unfortunate when I have to say, give me your character sheet. Ooh. I'm kidding. I'm going to give you a character sheet.
Fuck you, man. fuck you, man.
Gartok.
I swear to fucking God, Tom.
That was real. That was real.
That was... Oh, my God. I'm going to cry.
Just a slip of the tongue.
Jesus.
Gartok, you suddenly lurch forward, feeling heavy footsteps, and looking up, you find yourself in the cathedral you were in earlier. The choir is no longer singing. Instead, you are looking at a bloodied Lexi who has a rapier out and is fighting off 2 other zombies that are rapidly approaching and clawing at her. You notice that these zombies aren't just expanding and exploding. It seems that they are working with purpose. So similar to some of what you saw earlier, they are, it's not that they couldn't explode, it's that these ones aren't yet. And you find yourself in the body of one of these zombies. Lexi is on her back foot. She swings a lute sort of like across her as a weapon, smashes it across one zombie's face, holds her rapier up and just says, I'm warning you for the last time. I'll fucking die, kill you. Shit. What do you do?
Hey, Lexi, what's been happening?
This episode of Dum-Dums and Dragons features the voices of Ryan LaPlante at the Ryan LaPlante on Twitter, Tyler Hewitt at Tyler_Hewitt on Twitter, Laura Hamstra at EL Hamstring on Twitter, and our DM Tom McGee at McGeeTD on Twitter. This episode's sound was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and Dum-Dums and Dragons artwork is by Del Borovic, who can be found at delborovic.com. Our theme songs are And Now for That Massive Coronary and Skipping Through the Orchestra Pit Part 1 by Peter Gresser, and our ad music is No Control and Chiefs by Jazzar, JAHZZAR, all available at freemusicarchive.org. When it comes to Dum-Dums and Dice, you can visit our website at dumdumdice.com. Our Twitter and Instagram are at dumdumdice, and on Facebook at facebook.com/dumdumdice. But most importantly, we've got merchandise at redbubble.com/people/dumdumdice, or you can join our Patreon at patreon.com/dumdumdice. That's DUMBDUMBDICE. And tune in next week for more Dum-Dums and Dragons. Dum-Dums and Dice has to give a special thank you to the supreme beings of our Patreon at this time: Christopher Little, George Dolby, Richard Cranium, Gavin and Abby McDonald, Logan, Fire Unfriendly, Grandma Likes D&D, Alan, Stabby Stranger, Glitch Trick, Flynn1138, Alarain Okapi, Schrodinger's Pepper, Madre de Gatos, Lady Maiden, Garbo Ape, Locke, Sam Schaefer, Waffle Marine, Dagger Rain,
Rob L., Dia de los Hoodless, Squishy Werewolf, Remy Funky Head, Nomad, the Wise Paladin of the Badlands, Accent Therapeutic Services in Florence, Kentucky, Lael, Shulzari, The Long Family, Jordan Oliver, Richard Wright, Brittany Fenwick, Alex Parr, Old Man Mojo, Dragonfly, The Body Barrelers, Megan Werner, A Man Out of Time, Curtis at FingerTechRobotics.com, Panda24NN, Shendra D, Your Homeboy Bones, The Gator Family, Ellis Hatch, Odigenous, Dan the Welshman, Afflicto Gaming, Aiden, and Jill and Noel LaPlante. If you want your name to be added to this list, you can join our Patreon too at patreon.com/dumdumdice. Thanks to them, and a little bit of thanks to you.